Hey YouTube. Today I wanted to do a video on cooking methods for if your power goes out for a week or longer, during a snowstorm or whatever, and you have electric stove, um, or a term that I just heard from Planet Rigo and Hibernian Sun is post collapse environment, or PCE, and I actually like that a lot, so I'm probably going to use that more. Um, but I wanted to do a little bit of like an update as well. Um, Tomorrow is my birthday. It's my 21st birthday, which I'm pretty excited about because if most of you, not if all of you, know that when you turn 21, you can start concealed carrying and having a handgun. So I'm pretty excited about that. I do have a handgun in mind. It's called a Canic 55 TP9. Um, Over much debate in talk with myself, I decided to go with that. I was going to go with a Glock, but that's a little above my price range right now. Excuse me. So I decided to go with that, and I've done a lot of review or a lot of searching for it, and a lot of the big channels, Nut and Fancy and Such Double Lot and Hitchcock 45 and a couple other big channels. I've done reviews on them, and they're fairly cheap, about $350 $360 shipped. You can get them. Actually, Nut and Fancy calls him the Glock Killer, which I think is pretty funny. Um, but there's not a lot of aftermarket accessories and holsters and whatnot for it. But I'm hoping with more people, finding out about them, that they'll be more noticed and people will start making things for them because they're supposed to be a really good gun. Um, but I decided to go with that. OD green is the color I want. It comes in OD green and tan, black, and a couple other different colors. But I also I almost forgot. Also, I'm very possibly getting another job, a new job, from what I have now. So, and if I do, it's a Monday through Friday, 7 to 3 job. So I'll be able to have more time to put out more videos, which I'd like to do because I enjoy doing this, and I don't get to watch as many videos as I'd like to, or get into the community of all these small channels, which I think's a lot of fun as well. But that's the update for now. Whenever I get the handgun in, after I order it tomorrow, I'll do an unboxing and let you guys see it and everything. Um, but anyway, the cooking in the PCE, post collapse environment. Um, I definitely, in my opinion, I think there's going to be a lot of creative ways people are going to come up with being able to cook, not only just a traditional, a campfire, but, you know, more inventive ways to be able to cook food without smoke and giving away position. Like, I know a Dakota fire. I've tried it a couple times. If you don't know what it is, you can look it up. But basically, what it is, it's you dig a hole, two holes beside each other, and you kind of tunnel and you make a like just basically a tunnel, and then you have a fire in the one end underneath or under the hole, and that way you can cook food. Uh, you know, it doesn't really so much eliminate the smoke as it does light, but if you're worried about light, at night in a PCE, and you don't want to give your position away, that's a good way of um, being able to cook food is with a Dakota fire pit or Dakota fire, hole or whatever. Um, but there's also propane. There's propane stoves. Um, there's campfires. You don't have to. I mean, if you rely on canned food, if you store canned food, you really necessarily don't even have to heat that up. But the way I'm doing it, at least at the start, is I have a Coleman propane stove, and I have I think 30 or 35 of these 1 pound propane containers, and you can get adapters and hoses, so you can hook up 5 pound propane containers, so you don't have to store these little individual ones, which I think I might do. I might look into it in like maybe about a month or so, but as of right now, that's my main source of cooking. Which also, propane's nice because you can store these little bottles, and I know I'm lacking in being able to keep warm during the winter. If you bug in, I don't have a heater, which I plan on getting either right before or right after the holidays. A Mister Buddy heater, I think is what it's called. You can get it on Amazon for like $80, and it's supposed to be a medium to large size room. It should keep it warm enough that you don't freeze to death when you're sleeping. So I think I'm going to purchase one of those. When I do, I get it in, and I'll show you guys. See if you're interested in buying one. But uh, I think a campfire is an okay thing. Um, Not so much, right after something like an economic collapse. Right after, I don't think that's very smart unless you live out somewhere in the country and your next neighbor lives 5, 10 football fields away. But at least in the city where I live, in a town, it's not really even a city, but in a town, um, it would not be a very good idea for a couple weeks to have a campfire in your backyard cooking out. One, because of the smoke in the fire, being able to see at night, and as well as the smell of the food, which I think people need. I don't think people think about that as much as they should, about cooking in the smell of that food, traveling from your house to 5 blocks down the road. I don't think people think about that very often, and they think that having a campfire or cooking food in general after some kind of disaster, that smell can travel extremely far, um, especially if all you smell is just disgusting, dying, decaying bodies, or animals, or just trash, or just things that don't smell very good. Smelling some mountain house rehydrated beef stroganoff or chicken or something like that, that's going to travel very far, and someone's going to pick that up and smell that, and they're gonna come looking because they're probably hungry, and they're gonna want to eat. But that's my thoughts on it. Like I said, I'll let you guys know when I get my handgun in. I'll let you see it. If you guys have any tips on concealed carry, or a concealed carry belt, I've been looking into I can't remember the name of the website, cowhide belts or something like that. I'll put a link in the description. But if you guys have any tips or advice on concealed carry, you know, just let me know. I'd appreciate it. But don't forget, without sacrifice, there could be no victory.